money, no hesitation. There's no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping all sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
My have an all-white rank. Couldn't hit if you had ain't. Lanes can't call and you lame. You had it and you lost it, all the shame. I can buy a Billy, don't talk to me. For a show 150, don't talk to me. You ain't never help your mans, don't talk to me. You just follow all the trends, don't talk to me. I set the bar, I'm the bar. Like in the sky, I'm a star. I don't fall in love, cause I be loving. They ain't like my shirt.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now it's Wilson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Ready, move ready.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready? White 25. 5-0. Screen, triple C.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
It's caught left side by Cooks. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. That is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Ready? Black 22. Hey, sub. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to go up top again. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
You got 4. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Winston. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Ready? Black 22. Hey. Four down. Watch 84. Watch Sonic. Green, triple C.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Ready? Blue ready. Hey, sub.
Throwing, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. He's got it at the 15. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play for the Bucs there on third down. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cameron Brate, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw on second down is gone. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hell, you won. Cut. 20. Hey, lift.
On second down, here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Quan Alexander coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Third and long. It's gone. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Off the play fake, Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play, Winston to Evans, and even 50 yards.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Ready, blue ready. Let's go.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Able to fight through one tackle. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Let's go now. Ready, blue ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Keep bringing it. Stay in there. Ready. Back 25 behind. Let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
all runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue waiting.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Evans has it left side. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Ready. Blue waiting. Easy.
They just do get the play off. Now Winston. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go now.
They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. Here's Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point good by Catanzaro. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Danny Amendola on the return. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
76.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. M.J. Stewart made the tackle from his corner spot.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Now gone. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
Like 20. Starting left here. Two up.
Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Goff now on second down. Looking deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Ready? Black 22. Let him go.
They begin the drive with Williams. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Ready? Black 25 is a hot.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Jameis to throw it. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Danny Amendola. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hey, lift. Yes, sir.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Noah Spence. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
180. 2.
the gun on third down. Goff. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
They were forced to punt last time. Now I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Here's Jones. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Jones. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory.
Let's go now. Check.
2nd down, Winston. Over the middle to Evans. Now the ball comes loose, and the Rams have got it back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Value 3. We're good.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yes, sir. 76, tell him. 76. 5.
Out of the gun, Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Now Amendola. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now it's gone. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Rams on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Starting left here. Switch up.
From the gun, here's Goff. Flush to his right. Flushed out right. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution?
And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Three down. Ready. Blue ready. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Let's go,
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's got Evans. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually third down, fourth down? They got them on second down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Again, it's Jones. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. From the gun, Winston steps away to his left. Being chased out left. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Winston. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Cameron Brate, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Amendola. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
I know you can go. 120. Twos.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Super 1. Value 3.
To throw is Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A Ram first down as Goff finds Cup. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Super 66.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
76.
Here's Goff. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Noah Spence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Here's Goff. That's caught at the 25. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Goff. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Wilson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. By the way, third quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Play action now, Winston. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Melvin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The first down throw for Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Point after now from Catanzaro. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Amendola. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first down, gone. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Super 66.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now gone. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Goff. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Sliding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Gerald McCoy in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
Super 66.
Play action. It's Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Noah Spence able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together, and I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
3 down. Ready. Blue ready.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
4 down, check. Let's go.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Obama.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And give him a gain of 37.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
DC.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's got some space here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. From the red zone now, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Back.
They're running with Gurley. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. So give them the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. Goff now looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So it's still first and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer.
Super 66. Go, son. 20.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Shout. Shout. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it. I love it.
They'll try the air now with Goff. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Louis. Big stop, let's go. Harbaugh.
Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams getting set to go now. They've lost this. One, their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Alexander in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Over.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them. How to make it in America. Day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist. And her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Thanos.